Hi my dolls, welcome back to my channel. I do believe in a previous video I talked about harvesting fabric from secondhand shops or even from your own collection, and someone wanted more details on how I harvest the fabric. And so I have a few fabric clothing pieces that I haven't harvested yet. I have this shirt, which is white, this shirt which is floral, this shirt here, which is from the men's section, and it's a nice kind of vintagey type of pattern, so I really liked it. And then I have this pair of pants, which was floral. So this is a denim type of fabric. It is stretch and it can work for dolls. However, I liked it as a textile sort of thing. So what I'll do first, because something like this is very useful still, and I do like to offer to my family, you know, oh, do you want this or whatever, I'll cut the legs so that way you still have the shorts part of it, like it can be shorts. So I cut enough to make like rolled hem shorts, and so the leg part is enough for making doll clothing. So I'll just show you that once you cut off the leg, you have a nice pair of Bermuda shorts even. So what I do for fabric purposes is a lot of times I go ahead and flip it inside out so I can cut off the seam. And I do try to leave hems though. So if I make a pair of like jeans or something for the doll, then I don't have to worry about the hem because I'll just cut that off. Or I can even use this part as a waist because the hem by the foot doesn't really like matter all that much as the hem by the waist. Even though the hem by the waist often gets covered, the hem by the foot can have a little more forgiveness just because there's no strain going on when you dress a doll. There's no strain by the ankle or the foot, and so you don't have to reinforce the hem a whole lot. So yeah, we'll just cut that like that and do the same thing with the other leg. By the way, this is a size 16, so that's a hack. Like, the bigger you get the clothing, the more fabric you get in the piece. So basically we're gonna move on to the men's shirt. Now, the pants are pretty straightforward when it comes to harvesting clothing, and also men's shirts as well, because there's not a lot of frill or ruching or gathering of the fabric. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest this shirt, and again we're just going to like attack the seams. So I like to cut off sleeves, and again, if you don't need that much fabric, you can just cut off the sleeves and donate the rest of the shirt or otherwise dispose of it. So you may want to cut a little bit of the sleeve off so that way the shirt can be like a short sleeve shirt for somebody if you wanted to continue to donate it. Otherwise, just have at it. So I've cut that on the shoulder, and then this part right here, I'm not wanting that, so I'm just gonna cut right here. Oops, stop it. The wind is like blowing the shirt. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other sleeve. Then once I have my two sleeves cut off, I turn towards the back of the shirt, because the back of the shirt is pretty much just a huge piece of fabric. And so I'll just cut off around the seams like so. This is just the side seam. And the reason why I'm not gonna cut every like scrap of fabric that I can get from this piece is because I went through my fabric and I end up throwing a lot away because I have so much and it's taking up space. And so I want to be more intentional about the fabric that I have and be realistic about the amount that I actually need. That way I don't have to invest in more storage and throw other stuff away that I'd rather keep just to have storage for fabric. Again, try to keep some hems because if you're making like doll pants or something, it's just one less step you have to do. The hems on these shirts are really, really nice and it's a much better job than I can do. So yeah, I try to keep the hems. But I'm just showing you that I flipped the sleeve inside out and I'm cutting this off, and that way, see, this is like a very wide piece of fabric now because it doesn't have seams on both sides like those pants did. So yeah, it's really good when you can get like a really wide piece of fabric. Also, this is a nice way if you're a quilter. You might not be into doll making, like clothes making, but if you're into quilting, this is a nice way to get some of that fabric, especially if you have shirts from like a loved one, like your grandpa or something. You could take a bunch of his shirts, cut it into squares, and make yourself a little quilt with some sentimental value. So now let's move on to the women's shirts. Now, I know I got these from the thrift store, but they were both new with tags at the thrift store. But yeah, so why do I use clothing that's otherwise really good? Number one, it still might end up in the landfill if the thrift store can't sell it. So I am going green and reduce, reuse, recycle, or upcycling in this case. But also, these prints and textures are manufactured by companies, and you won't necessarily find this in a fabric store, especially like smaller prints, um, because of the scale of the doll is 1/6 scale. You typically would like a smaller print, and you typically won't be able to even find that at the store, or you won't be able to find it in a specific color. So this one is from, because the tags were on it, I know where it's from. It's from Shein French. So it was kind of like a very aesthetic style that they were going for here, and it is quite lovely. Now, this is the one that I might not cut until I'm ready to use it because, like I said, men's shirts and pants are like very, very straightforward. However, women's clothing come with extra frills, ruffles, gathering of the fabric, and this gathering of the fabric can be very useful when it comes to making doll clothing because that's less you have to do. And so, like, this is even a nice little stretch right there. You can make a pull-on dress, or this can be the bottom of the dress. For my Millie dresses, personally, I know I have to go back in and add a ruffle. If I make a Millie dress out of this, I don't have to go in and add a ruffle at the bottom. It's already in there for me. So on some things, I would just not cut it until I'm ready to use it, so I can get the most out of the fabric, because I'm not gonna find this again, you know. I'm examining the fabric, just thinking about ways I can use this. If I wanted to be straightforward, I would cut off the sleeves and have those on hand to use, and just cut off the whole back of this and just keep that. And I feel like I would be pretty safe doing that. It's just like this part. I feel like the neck part can make for a nice sleeve as well. So if you did like that, and then the doll's hand can come out this way, and then you would like put that into a shirt some type of way. So yeah, it's things like that. But until you sat down to make the clothing piece, you wouldn't automatically know which part was okay to cut and which part was safe and which part was not okay to cut. So yeah, and that's why I say, like, the women's clothing is not very straightforward when it comes to harvesting, because there's certain elements of that garment that you would want to keep. So let's take a look at this shirt. It's a 2X from Old Navy, but again, it was new with tags. I've washed the clothing on. Look at that. That's amazing. It has like this big kind of puffy sleeve on it, which if I were still in my dark academia phase, this would be like the jewel of my closet, like this kind of oversized poet shirt. So yeah, I'm not even sure I'm gonna harvest this in that case, because I do like that. And I do cycle in and out of phases sometimes. Sometimes I want to be more dark academia or light academia, and then I have to go online and search for a shirt such as this. So yeah, but anyway, let me just show you this part of it. This part is already gathered and there's already a band, so all you would have to do is like cut enough to make a skirt and then hem the bottom of the skirt. And so yeah, I could definitely see that happening. And then like in general, you have like all this pretty fabric with this nice detail on it that would be really, really hard to find. So if your dolls had like a period drama type of setting, like a pioneer, or even medieval or Regency period or Victorian age, like these would be like really, really, really good to keep around. Like even this with a hem, if you cut a skirt from here, all you would need to do is pop some elastic into the waistband and boom, you have a skirt. So yeah, I might hold off on this shirt to make sure that I won't be able to use it for myself. So here are a few other items I have harvested. I tend to keep my clothing fabric separate from my bought fabric, like if I go to Hobby Lobby. So these are the fabrics, and as you can see, for the most part, it's the same coloring. It's like neutrals and greens. So this will like kind of clue you into what you're actually like, your actual aesthetic, because this happens over time. It's not like you just go out and you get it. No, this happened over time. So I'm sorry, the rooster is bothering the cat. Let me go get him. Hello there. You can go back and play now and lay down and relax if you want. I shoot him away. He doesn't even trust me. So yeah, this is the shirt. And everyone likes this fabric when I made the fabric from this. Because the first shirt I bought from H&M. And then this is what I found at the thrift store. So I now have more fabric of that. So as you can see, my bin is pretty full. I would like it to not be that full. And I do have some overflow because I need to put the white shirt in there. And also I need to put like this nice green fabric in there. And then I have the newer editions, which is this and this. This, I don't feel like I need this much of this fabric, even though I think it's really nice. I have the sleeves from it, and so that should be enough. And again, for this one, I don't think I need so much of it. This was like a pair of pants, and it's stretchy, so it's like a smaller print plaid that's also stretchy. So that's literally perfect for dolls. So now I freed up some space. I can actually also get rid of things that's not the aesthetic. So that's not the aesthetic. And also like this pink one's not the aesthetic. I think it's cute. I made a dress out of it, but it's not the aesthetic. This one is though. Yeah. And then I like this one. This is also a shirt that I thought was perfect for baby clothing. This is not a baby shirt. This is just like a shirt for an adult. And it's like a sweater material. So then I have these sweater materials. And this was also a men's shirt. This was a pair of jeans, so I can't wait to make pillows with that. This was a shirt that I was very hesitant to cut up because I was like, maybe I should wear it. Like, but it was just so perfect. I really wanted something for my dolls to wear. This is also a shirt, and it's so pretty, so I really like that. So yeah, I will just, now that I've freed up some space, I will add in the new additions. Another option for you, if you don't want to like throw away something, or if something is speaking to you, you can always make human crafts out of it. So I have these two pockets from a pair of jeans that I harvested, and so my plan is to like put them together and make a little crossbody. I already have the strap from Hobby Lobby, but yeah, I'm going to adhere those together, make a little crossbody, and like this part was so cute to put my phone in. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Comment below if you would be interested in seeing some crafts for human people.